Sunday, February 2nd isn't just the biggest football game of the season. It's also a championship for advertisers who will spend millions in the hopes of winning the attention and wallets of those who watch the game. But which ones capture the attention that people will actually be shopping for things like cars? Joining us now to discuss which ads really worked and which ones will be most likely to hold their interest in the weeks and months ahead is John Kovac. He's Vice President of Marketing for Autotrader.com. John, good morning.
Good morning.
So Sunday's game, I mean, if you want to call it a game, it seemed like a pretty easy win for Seattle, which I could see more and more people tuning in for the commercials, specifically for this game. But some recent research and polls out there are saying that more than half of the viewers this year tuned in not for the game, but to see these commercial ads. Which ads were most popular among car shoppers and why?
Yeah, you know, the commercial is definitely the draw for many viewers. We had some great ads last night and some that definitely rose to the top. One of the things that we did is we look at the shopping activity in Autotrader.com immediately following the spots. So the spots run, and then we see which ads actually perform, who actually goes out and actually looks for those particular cars. And luxury vehicles, those were the clear winner last night, with Maserati, Jaguar, and Audi all really topping the list. With everything from 400% increases to Maserati had a 2,000% increase in shopping activity during the game last night after the spots ran. So really successful for a number of the auto manufacturers.
I mean, it really is interesting too, because even myself, I noticed I am just completely glued and tuning in for these commercials as opposed to any other time when I immediately change the channel as soon as a commercial comes on. But the cost of airtime during the Super Bowl, I mean, I believe it's in the millions. Is the cost of an ad really worth it for these companies?
You know, it is if you run the right ad, if you create the right ad. $4 million is what a 30-second spot was going for last night. So you really needed to have that magical combination of something that's engaging, something that'll pull the audience in, whether it's humorous or whether you're tugging on the heartstrings a little bit, and then something that delivers the product, gives you a reason to believe, why should I go out and take a look at this car? A great example of that is actually Hyundai, their spot for the Genesis, Dad's Sixth Sense, where you had the father constantly saving his son over the years. And what they did was, it was entertaining, it was a little funny. I'm a dad, I could definitely relate to many of these moments. And then they deliver it with the actual vehicle and the product, the feature of the automatic stop. And what that does is that really gives the consumer a reason to believe, and they're going to go check that vehicle out, check that feature out.
So you are saying that people are really heading out to buy a car, because we talk about, is it all just hype, or are people really going out and spending their money? But are you really saying that they're going to go out and buy a car after seeing one of these ads just because it's during the Super Bowl?
It's, you know, it's a great indicator, because what you're seeing is the activity is drawn from interest, and interest ultimately will lead to that being a consideration set when a shopper's looking for a car. And so what we've seen on our site is when we look at all of the activity on our site, that eventually does translate into sales. So you certainly have people that are browsing, that are taking a look at the vehicles, but it stirred enough interest that that should translate into some good momentum, good sales for the manufacturers in the coming year.
And John, as we close here, do you think that that's, I mean, would you consider that impulse buying if they see it and they want to go out and buy it, or do you think that's really going to last?
You know, it's what they are is that they're still exploring, they're still searching, they're looking at features, they're looking at all of their options. So you're getting it into that set. So they may or may not purchase that exact vehicle, but the fact that they've made that progress in a 30-second spot in an evening, that's good progress, and that should help them carry that momentum as they continue more advertising in the coming year and really convince consumers to buy their products.
Very interesting. John, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We're going to have all this information and more about this segment on our website. Just check out fox4morningblend.com.
All right, it's time to satisfy your sweet tooth. Up next, how you can raise funds for a good cause with this year's annual chocolate extravaganza. Stay with us.